Welcome to the Travel Workout Podcast. Fitness, nutrition, and stowing away in flights headed to the Bahamas will be discussed. If you have a question that you would like answered on the show, send them to questions@thetravelworkout.com. And here's your host, the personal trainer that wants to remind you to practice safe sets, Dustin Bogle.
Hey guys and girls, this is your host Dustin Bogle with the Travel Workout Podcast. Before I get started with my first interview, I wanted to talk to you about what this podcast is going to be about. I'm a 10-year experienced personal trainer. Obviously, one of the hot topics we're going to be talking about is fitness and nutrition, but it's going to be a very casual conversation. It's not going to be regimented. There's not going to be the same old questions on every interview. We're kind of just going to talk to the person, hear about their story, and see if you could pick up some tips from them or myself to help you along your fitness journey. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and let's get started with the first interview. He is a local trainer up here in the high desert, a Mr. Robert Haime. Is that how you say it correctly?
Yep, that is correct.
All right, awesome. So the point of this podcast, like I said in the intro, is to kind of cover a variety of topics, but the main thing is to kind of show that we're all on a fitness journey. We're all trying to lose weight. We're all trying to, get leaner and just be healthy. So it's kind of interesting to hear how different people took those steps and the different journeys and paths that they took. We can kind of resonate with them, and we can kind of see ourselves in those type of people because we're all doing it together. So I just want to kick things off with him. By him telling us about your fitness journey. Tell us about when you were at your worst, when you were either the highest weight or the most unhealthy, what flipped the switch, and then what did you do to become more healthy, lose weight, feel better, all that good stuff. So go ahead and answer that question, Rob.
All right, so when I first started off, me and my wife, I got engaged with my wife, and I saw the picture of our engagement, and I was my heaviest then. I was almost 300 pounds. Wow. I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'3", but being 300 pounds is just like puffy face, and I was sitting down, which is the worst position you could take a photo of a fat person in, so. I saw that photo and I was just like, man, I gotta step it up. I gotta look better for this wedding because my wife is like gorgeous, So I ordered a home workout system and for 3 months trained really hard. I lost 30 pounds doing in that first 3 months. But it really wasn't so much working out that made me lose the weight. It was just eating better, making more conscious choices. I remember I cut out soda for the first month, and like 10 pounds were gone like nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that and then as after we got married, it was just kind of like up and down. I had my ups and downs with fitness and nutrition. But then I had my daughter, and that's totally cliche to say sometimes, I looked at my kid and I decided I wanted to be a healthy person, but that's literally how it was, I looked at her and my father is not healthy. He's a Vietnam veteran with diabetes, and he's an amputee, and he had just treated himself so bad, and my mother as well. My mother's in terrible health as well. And they just treated themselves so bad. I saw that trend happening with my siblings, so I just was kind of like, someone in this family needs to turn it around, and I took it upon myself to make that me, just turn it around for my family, and as we grow and we have more children and then eventually grandchildren and everything like that, just kind of making that a family moral, if you will, of just good nutrition and activity.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. You're definitely leading the charge and practicing what you preach, and that's the only way that the next generation is going to improve their health is to kind of learn from their parents. So what was the home like? I want to kind of dig a little deeper. What was the home workouts that you did, and where did you get your nutrition plan? Like, did you follow a
Okay.
diet you found online? Did someone write you something?
Well, okay. So the home workout. Okay, everyone knows it. P90X.
Oh yeah,
That was the first one that I did, and that's kind of where I fell in love with lifting weights. I was just like, oh man, I actually really like doing this, you know. So before that, it was like I played sports in high school, but it was just kind of like it was like, oh man, see how much you could bench, you know, like
of
that. That's all it
course.
was. You know, it was maxing out everything. You know, one rep max. You know, so um, but yeah, no, I did P90X, and I tried to follow their nutrition guide. It was heavy in fish, and I didn't like fish, so I tried to supplement. Like, oh man, I'll just do chicken instead. You know, and that was my initial understanding of fitness and nutrition. You know,
Yeah.
and then it was you know, the one mistake I made as a beginner, as a novice in fitness and nutrition, was believing weight loss ads. You know, like Hydroxycut and you know,
Well,
you're
yeah, I mean, you got to realize they're very convincing to someone who's desperate. That's who they're kind of reaching out to. And those guys and girls that run that marketing team are very good at what they do. They get paid a lot of money and they've done a lot of testing. And, so it's not to say that they're, trying to take advantage of, but they're just pushing the hot buttons. And that's a hot button, an emotional place for a lot of people is their weight. So it's easy to kind of reach for those things, but you learn, I'm sure as you did, the more and more things that you try that promise those quick fixes, the deeper the hole is that you dug
yeah,
yourself into. Um,
absolutely. And it's just like and it's a vicious cycle because you try one, yeah, you lose 10 pounds, but you're not realizing that most of it's water weight, you know,
sure.
and it's your own efforts in nutrition and your own efforts in exercising that's actually losing the weight for you, you know. It's just kind of like it's almost like a mindset placebo, you know. Take this pill and you're gonna feel more energy, you know. Like it's go back to the old Western days. It was like a magic toxin, you know.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the guy pulling the cart selling his elixirs.
yeah, magic elixir. Yeah, that's the word. And that's unfortunately that's what a lot of the way I see the supplement industry now. Um, there's things that are essential to your health. You know, vitamins and minerals and fish oils and
Yeah,
proteins and carbohydrates. You know, like in proper proportions. But then like you think that like if you just add just add a weight loss pill that's going to push you over the edge. But
yeah.
that's not the case.
And I agree. I mean, I have kind of gone like you're saying a complete 180 with supplements where I was very reliant or relied on them heavily from creatine to protein to fat burners to now where I'm pretty much cold turkey. I don't take any supplements. Every now and then a protein shake and a multivitamin daily, but to me, there is a lot of bad companies out there trying to take advantage of you, which is why I try to give as much publicity as I can to the good ones. You try to find
Yeah,
the ones that are doing the minimal processing, all quality ingredients. They got, an upstanding core values, like the BioTrust, for supplements. I send people their way because they're awesome. Caveman food bars, any type of caveman food products
right.
are awesome. Um, Rather than the name brand ones that you hear, because a lot of times they're being dishonest and they're not using the best ingredients, and that's gonna just make you feel like you have a crutch with them that you need their supplement to see results. And like
Yeah.
I said, they're very convincing to the supplement industry.
Oh, and good luck trying to find organic products that are good.
Yeah,
Because it's just kind of like unless you go to a specialized nutritional store, that is all about like the best things you could possibly have. It is so hard. I mean,
Yeah.
go into a GNC and try to find something organic. I mean, it's nearly impossible.
Yeah, they don't carry much. All right, dude. Well, I kind of want to switch gears a little bit. The other topic that I kind of want to dive into, I mean, most people travel at some point, whether it's to go on a weekend to visit the family for a birthday party or a holiday, or they're taking a vacation. So how often would you say you kind of get out of town and go traveling? Is it kind of once a month, every few months? Like, how often is it for you and your family?
Me personally, I'm a terrible person to ask that. We're all about like how much does it cost? We'll figure out something to do around our house. But no, when we go, we go on trips. We try to take trips every few months. Just to kind of change scenery.
Yeah. I'm not saying you got to be flying and doing a country tour, but just a day you get out of town is considered like a trip. Even if you're going a 40-minute trip here.
Well, I mean, isn't that like the point of like when you go to restaurants or anything like that? You're just like, I just need to get away from the house for a little bit, because you start feeling claustrophobic after a while,
Of course.
So just getting out of the house, weekend trips. I mean, we do weekend trips, like we don't do full-on vacations. We never really get the opportunity to do full-on vacations. My wife's a busy person. I'm a busy person.
So when you have those moments where you do go out and eat, and you being a very health conscious guy, and you've kind of taken such a long journey to change your body, I'm sure you don't want to just give it up, like that, just because, you're going out to eat, you're going to fly off the handle. So kind of go into what are some strategies that you use when you're going out to eat so that you can enjoy it. I mean, no one wants to not ever eat a scoop of ice cream or a burger ever again. We want to enjoy life. So what are some strategies you use for that?
I kind of use some simple stuff. I mean, first of all, I pack myself, prepackaged snacks. You got things that you could take with you. Like Tupperware of like trail mix, nuts, stuff like that, and which prevents you from like having to. Oh, I have to buy this snack. No, you brought that along with you. But it's just making a good choice, and it's a choice of restaurant as well, because you're on vacation, you can go to like Chipotle or you can go to In-N-Out. I mean, what are you really going to choose?
Yeah.
You're going to choose Chipotle because you can get at least something somewhat healthy,
Sure.
or healthier than In-N-Out, and try not to destroy your results,
And for those who listen that are not SoCal locals, that's the best burger in town. So that's kind of a topic that is popular out here, something that SoCal people are constantly battling, just making a left right into the drive-through and picking up 2 of their burgers because they're notoriously very delicious. So it is one of our biggest temptations here in SoCal.
Yeah, you eat, but a big problem with that is you eat one In-N-Out burger and you got like your salt intake for like the month.
Yeah, and that's like that's across the board at almost any restaurant or fast food.
Yeah.
You order the chicken salad and you look at again, a spoiled thing we get here in California. We get menus with calories, sodium, all that stuff. Thank you, Arnold. That was one thing I'm very happy that you did for us. But you order the chicken salad and you'll see 3,000 to 3,500 milligrams of sodium, and you're like, what the heck? Oh my goodness, that is ridiculous.
I thought I was making a good choice.
Yeah. So I mean, of course, that's going to become a factor. You could choose the thing with the lowest calories, but almost everything across the board is going to be high in sodium. So again, that's why as fitness professionals, we're always preaching to people to eat out as minimal as possible because it's very difficult to make good choices that are going to be good all around. You could pick that low-cal salad, but the sodium is going to be through the roof, and then you also don't know what type of ingredients you're getting unless you go to a place that serves organic dishes. So so I imagine, I mean, P90X is a pretty old program. I mean, that came out in the mid 2000s. I don't know what we're referring to that decade. Tens? Are we back at the tens again?
Yeah.
2000 to 2010.
I think it was I think it was 98 or something like that. I think it came out pre 2000s.
Really? I thought it was like 2004.
Because it originally came out on VHS.
Oh man, you might be
So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got DVDs, but it did come out on VHS before because I remember a coworker of mine had it on VHS, and I was just like,
Oh my goodness.
"Are you kidding me? That's so outdated technology." Now we're in the Blu-rays, you know.
So fast forward to today. What is your workout and your nutrition stuff looking like today?
I over the years I've completely evolved in my nutrition. Just the more information. That's what's so great about the age we live in. Is the freedom of information. You know, and the more information I gather, the more the better choices I've made in going organic as much as possible. You know, heavy in my fruits and vegetables.
Sure.
Trying grass-fed beef. You know, organic grass-fed butter. You know,
Of course.
cage-free grain-fed chickens. You know, like it's just you want to make the best choices you possibly can, and actually support the organic industry because they're sacrificing a lot to give you good organic products that don't have the pesticides and the poisons that cause cancer.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what my nutrition's evolved into.
Great.
As far as my exercising, because being a bigger guy, I've always been so concerned with bringing my fat percentage down. So I've gone back and forth between like, oh, I need to lift more weight, you know, less cardio, you know, bigger muscles means, you know, bigger fat burn, you know.
Yeah.
But then just coming right back around to it, it's just like cardio is so important. Because if I'm not properly conditioning myself, it's just like I'm gonna run out of gas when it comes to doing weight stuff.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
so I do like full on synergistic multiple muscle groups at the same time. That's a big thing for burning fat, and a lot of people neglect that.
And I think that that's really effective because it's constantly changing, you know. And when you kind of, you know, I'll go to a gym when I'm traveling and I'll go work out and I see a guy and he looks like he's just going through the motions. I could tell, dude, you've been doing that workout for the last 10 years, haven't you? And, you know, like he's just got no energy into his lifts. He doesn't look like he's trying to push himself. Sometimes they're not even breaking a sweat. I know, okay, you know, you're kind of stuck in a rut. You're doing the same old thing. I bet if I asked you what type of results you're getting, they're very minimal. So what you're doing is awesome because you're constantly changing it, and that makes your body have to react to different types of stimuli. So
Right.
I think
And-
that's
and-
awesome.
For me, because I do, you know, training and everything like that, and I train clients, I'm always writing new workouts. And see, that's the thing with me is like I'm always writing myself new workouts, you know, and everything. So, you know, for someone that doesn't necessarily do that professionally, you know, I think that's a big reason why people look towards, you know, home workouts and stuff like that, because they want to educate themselves more, or they want it just planned out for them, you know, and which is why it's just like it's hard to find, you know, good quality products that won't bust your wallet, you know, that's gonna basically have like routines laid out for you that's gonna be, you know, beneficial towards what you want your results to be and what your goals are going to be. So,
Yeah, and you know, there's multiple. I think, you know, everyone's in agreement that everyone does much better when you're training under the mentorship or the guidance of whether it's a trainer, a coach, a mentor of some sort. When you have to be accountable, you have to show somebody your, you know, nutrition log. When you need to be at the gym at a certain time, it makes it a lot more effective because you're being accountable to that person, you know. And then the person's gonna see your personal weaknesses and want to build those, you know, because us, if we go to the gym and we give ourselves a workout, we're going to tend to play to our strengths. Man, I'm really good at this lift. I'm going to do this one today. And I'm really good at that cardio exercise. I'm going to do that. But we usually don't look at ourselves and say, man, I suck at that. I'm going to go do that today. No. So that's kind of where the value of a trainer comes in, for sure.
But definitely our consistent clients are the reason why we push ourselves so much, though.
Yeah. Oh,
Because the last thing you want is to come back from the weekend and your client to go, man, you look bloated, man. What did you do to yourself?
Of course.
You know?
Yep, that public eye, man. It'll keep you on task.
Definitely.
All right, man. Well, I think that's going to do it. It was great chatting with you. I think we definitely gave the listeners a lot of good information. It was awesome hearing your story, kind of where you started and where you are today. I think fitness and nutrition is constantly evolving. Talking about where you were and then where you are now, 5 years from now, it's going to be completely different. And that's why it's awesome, because you don't have to feel like you're that guy at the gym doing the same routine for 10, 20 years to come. You can constantly be changing up, challenging yourself in new ways, adapting new exercise modalities, and keep it fun so that it's something you can do for the rest of your life and not want to shoot yourself in the head.
Right. And as we end this, I mean, I just want to encourage everyone that just like, if you're feeling like you've reached a plateau, or you feel like, oh, I can't lose any more weight, variety is the spice of life, man. And trying new things in your diet, trying new types of workouts, just keep evolving yourself, keep changing yourself, and the results are going to follow.
Absolutely. All right, brother, man. Thanks a lot. You have yourself a good one now.
Hey, no problem. You too.
Later. Have you ever gone on a trip, came home feeling bloated, and saw that you gained weight from having one too many margaritas during your vacation? Well, you're in need of the travel workout. The travel workout is a complete workout system that gives you routines you can do in your hotel room, hotel gym, or even outdoors. It also includes a complete nutritional manual that gives you the answers to all of your questions about where to eat, whether it's a fast food joint, restaurant, gas station, or airport. Get the travel workout on thetravelworkout.com and go on a trip coming home and seeing that you've lost weight. Get it now on thetravelworkout.com.